Hello, my adventurous Sagittarius, and welcome to your tarot reading for July 2025. It's so good to be with you. The cosmic energy this month is a dynamic mix that will speak to your philosophical and fiery nature. We start July with the sun in deep emotional Cancer, pulling our collective focus into the more hidden, intimate, and transformational areas of life. This intensity is met with a practical full moon in Capricorn on July 21st, which for you illuminates your second house of finances and self-worth. Then on July 25th, Mercury stations retrograde in fellow fire sign Leo, your ninth house of travel, belief, and higher learning. This is your zone. The overarching theme for July is a deep emotional dive that culminates in a financial reality check, all while you are being asked to profoundly rethink your personal philosophy and your vision for the future. So today, we're going to look at how this is all weaving together in your general outlook, your love life, and your career. As always, remember that this is a map of possibilities, and you are the brilliant explorer who chooses the path. All right, Sagittarius, let's get into your cards. Your general reading begins with the Page of Wands as your foundation, the World reversed as your focus, and the Seven of Cups as your outcome. This tells a story about starting a new, exciting adventure, but feeling a frustrating lack of closure, which leaves you with many options to consider for what's next. You're starting July with the Page of Wands as your foundation. This is your energy in its purest form. It's the spark of a new idea, a burst of enthusiasm for a new adventure, and a desire to explore uncharted territory. You're feeling inspired, curious, and ready to go. However, your central focus is the World reversed. This powerful major arcana card in reverse speaks to a lack of closure, a feeling of being so close to finishing a major cycle but not quite getting there. It can feel like an unfinished project, a delayed graduation, or a journey that ends just before the destination. There's a frustrating sense of incompletion hanging in the air. Let's get a clarifier on this World reversed to understand this better. The clarifier is the Five of Pentacles reversed. Okay, this is key. The reversal of this card speaks to recovery from a period of loss or hardship. You are coming out of a difficult time, and while you are on the upswing, you haven't fully integrated the lessons or reached the final milestone of that recovery journey. You're no longer out in the cold, but you're not quite home yet. This sense of being in between leads you to your outcome, the Seven of Cups. This is the card of options, choices, and daydreams. Because one chapter hasn't fully closed, you are now faced with a multitude of potential new paths. It can feel both exciting and overwhelming. With Mercury going retrograde in your house of belief, this is the perfect time for you to be in this contemplative state. The universe is asking you to explore all these possibilities in your mind before you commit to one single path forward. This general theme of being in a state of flux and considering your options is highly active in your love life, Sagittarius. It seems you're being asked to make a clear choice to move toward what truly makes you happy. The cards for your love life are the Lovers as your foundation, the Ten of Pentacles as your focus, and the Queen of Wands as your outcome. This is a story about a significant choice in love, leading your focus on building long-term security and legacy, which ultimately empowers you to step into your most confident and charismatic self. With the Lovers as your foundation, you are coming into July with a major choice or alignment at the forefront of your relationships. This card is about finding a connection that reflects your own values and making a conscious, heartfelt decision about partnership. It's about harmony and union. This choice leads you to focus on the Ten of Pentacles. This is the card of long-term stability, legacy, family, and generational wealth. In a love reading, it speaks to building a life with someone, a solid, secure, and prosperous future together. You're not thinking about fleeting romance. You're thinking about the big picture, the family you create, the home you build. That Capricorn full moon in your money house is really making you focus on the tangible, secure aspects of partnership. Let's get a clarifier on this 10 of Pentacles. The clarifier is the King of Swords. This tells me building this legacy requires clear, honest, and direct communication. You need to be intellectually aligned with your partner, making decisions with logic and truth. There's no room for ambiguity. This is about being on the same page about your long-term goals. And when you do this, when you make a clear choice and build with integrity, your outcome is the magnificent Queen of Wands. This is you stepping into your power. You become vibrant, passionate, confident, and magnetic. By creating a secure foundation in your love life, you are free to be your most creative and expressive self. You're not worried about the base, so you can focus on shining your light. Now, for your career, Sagittarius, the energy here is about a necessary pause and a change in perspective that allows you to move away from a draining situation towards something more hopeful. Your career spread begins with the Four of Swords as your foundation, the Eight of Cups as your focus, and the Star reversed as your outcome. This narrative shows that a period of necessary rest is prompting you to walk away from what's emotionally unfulfilling, though you may feel a bit lost or hopeless at first. You're starting the month with the Four of Swords as your foundation. You are in a period of rest, recovery, and mental contemplation. You've been feeling burned out or overwhelmed, and you've taken a necessary step back to recharge your batteries. This isn't laziness, it's a strategic retreat. This period of quiet reflection leads you to your central focus, the Eight of Cups. This is the card of walking away. You are consciously choosing to leave behind a situation, a job, or a career path that is no longer emotionally fulfilling. You realize that despite what you've built, there is something more for you, and you have to go and find it. This is a courageous, soul-led decision. Let's get a clarifier on this Eight of Cups. The clarifier is the Page of Swords. This tells me your decision to walk away is sparked by a new idea or a quest for truth. You're intellectually curious about what else is out there. You're ready to learn something new, to speak your truth, and to cut through the emotional fog to see your path more clearly. However, your initial outcome is the Star reversed. Upright, the star is hope and inspiration. Reversed, it can point to a temporary loss of faith, feeling disconnected, or a sense of hopelessness. This is an important message. The act of walking away is correct, but it might not feel amazing right away. You might feel a bit lost in the dark without your guiding star for a moment. That Mercury retrograde is a time to re-find your faith and your guiding philosophy. This isn't your final destination, but a temporary state of disconnection that you must move through on your way to finding what truly inspires you. So, Sagittarius, July 2025 is a month of deep contemplation and courageous choices for you. While you may feel a frustrating lack of closure in one area of your life, this in-between state is a gift from the universe, allowing you to explore all your options. In love, you're making a clear-headed choice to build something stable and lasting, which allows you to shine. In your career, you're bravely walking away from what drains you, and you must keep the faith even if the path feels uncertain at first. This is a month for redefining your personal truth. Wishing you a month of wisdom, courage, and exciting new horizons, Sagittarius. Keep exploring.